25,000 bodies are here? Or 25,000 graves?
Yeah.
How many unmarked graves again?
That's this 10,000.
10,000 unmarked graves?
It's ridiculous. Yeah. 10,000 unmarked graves.
Someone wasn't planning very well.
For real. My name's Dwayne Johnson. I guess my vocation right now would be ghost hunter, or I like paranormal investigator at the moment. On the side, I like to help people get jobs. But other than that, mainly right now, I'm doing paranormal investigations a lot in Portland. I just moved out here about 6 months ago. So,
and you're originally from?
Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. Now I do cleansings for myself and just like homes in general, but I feel like it's like, it depends on the person. Some people like to live with the spirits in their home. For me, I just feel like I like my sleep. So even if like it's friendly and it's just like a knock on the door, I just want to go to bed, dude. So maybe it's my own selfishness, but yeah, I try to do cleansings when I can and just try to teach people about protection. I think that's the biggest thing. First piece of equipment, like I said, this has always been my favorite part of it, favorite equipment. The EMF reader, electromagnetic field reader. Electromagnetic fields are something of the sorts that everything emits them, like our own batteries and everything. So you get spikes like that anytime you rub it. Laptops, if you do this around too, this is the best way to test your meters to see if they work. And this one, like, I like it because it's a tough meter. So if there's something really there, I mean, it's going to take some time, but it will go off. So as you can see, I rub it with my cell phone. Maybe you probably can't see it good enough, but I'll get a hit in that right there. So anything with batteries. That's why a lot of times with a lot of our equipment out here, when it's with electromagnetic fields, it'll be like the spirits will draw from energies, or the supposed spirits will draw from energies that are around us, like batteries and such, and we will like either lose any of this or it will just go off like completely, just like crazy.
So basically, if like you're in a so-called haunted house or haunted place and you're not around an electronic device and it goes off, something's emitting some electricity.
Yep.
And is there some theory about ghosts that they emit electricity?
Yeah, or more so that they like pull from other energy sources. So I guess they would, like, as orbs, I would look at it themselves when they form, they would be giving off an electrical field in themselves from the stuff they pulled from. I think it's like more so not them really emitting it because they like are just like, you know, emitting electricity. Is more so I think they pulled electricity from other areas, and concentrating it in one area would kind of make you like our meters and stuff go off. Rather, if the Ghostbusters have their gun, this to me is the trusty weapon, because this is like tried and true. I feel like any ghost hunter should like get this. I got mine off of Amazon. She tells the temperature as well, so you can get a base reading of temperature. And I feel like you can never have too many pieces of equipment that tell temperatures. So if you see a spike either way, that's a little bit more than the usual. So I'm guessing if we see something like, if we got to a spot and it was like 40 degrees over there, and we got to another spot where it was 90, when it's 70 out here the whole time, that's another random sign once again. I'm a big person where I believe in the old theory of look for 2 signs before you call for a haunting. So just because your EMF reader's going off in your house doesn't mean there's a spirit or a supposed spirit there, or just because there's a cold spot in your house with nothing else happening doesn't mean there's a spirit there. I would look for always multiple activity, because at the end of the day, they're always going to call us crazy for doing this. So at least try to get as much evidence as possible. Another one of my faves. This is my infrared thermometer. The basics of it is you point and you shoot, and the thing is there's a laser right at the top right here that I won't point at your guys' direction, and then it shows it even right there when the laser is like ready by the little dot. This is the main tool for temperature in my opinion, and with that dot, when I point the dot at a certain area, I can see it out there in the field, and it says 64.4. So when I get a reading, you get a reading like so. And basically you just use this, like I like this more in houses. I don't use this for outdoor investigations a lot, because maybe I should now. I think I will, but it's like for houses, this is just like key. You find so many hot spots because you're just in a smaller area. The most basic and the cutest part of the equipment, it's just like a basic voice recorder. You ask it a few questions and you can leave this thing somewhere and just like come back to it. Or sometimes I'll do the sit and ask questions, but it's like, I don't know, I always feel silly asking questions by myself. So I'll say, hey, if there's anything here, if there's anything that wants to come by, you can say something, leave it here. And you may pick up something where it's a hello or whisper or something, because I don't know, Spirit's looking for, I guess, a medium to, you know, relay messages or just interact with us. And sometimes it seems like our electronic equipment, like even on this, there may end up being something down the road that we find. But basically once it's on, and like it's so simple, this one, that's why I like it too. Some of my Sony ones were a little bit more complicated. I feel like equipment should be simple and you should just know how to use it immediately on the field. Like almost pull it out the package and you can just like go with it. So everything I have is pretty simple.
So what are the 3 basic things again?
3 basic equipment that I feel like: EMF reader, just for picking up electromagnetic fields, thermometer of any sort, and then be honest.
Ideally, a thermometer gun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yep, definitely.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you can get away with a camera, or even if you can get like a voice recorder, those 3 or 4 pieces of equipment, like I said, 'cause I hear with a camera, once you have one, they say it's like the greatest thing ever. But voice recorder, and you're good. And like use your phone for a camera and stuff. Like you can supplement what you don't have with what you got. So I'm gonna do this, as I told you guys, simplest EVP reader ever. Just turn it on, basically record, and I'm gonna choose one of these graves. That Knox one was standing out to me, so I'm gonna go over there and leave it. We'll still be recording, so let's see, hopefully we get something else. It's recording right now. What I'll say is today's date is, what is today's date? 5/4, no,
2019.
2019. This is Dwayne and Brian, EVP at Knox. If there's anything here, even if it's not Knox, definitely speak to us. And if there's anything here, please stay here and rest in peace. But definitely give us some conversation. We're gonna leave that there for about 5 minutes. And sometimes I just like to leave it there, and then we'll just come back to it. What I do when I really think I got something, I'll send it to someone, and then they will actually like put it in their like voice recording equipment and break it down. I mean, I try to like, for the most time, I'll try to like just break it down myself, because I feel like a lot of times, like I said, there's so much ambient noise when you're outside with just like the random things that are going on. There's so many things that could play a factor that I just don't want to be wasting my time on. Like, I mean, I might have gotten something on some EVPs and just waste them away, but usually I get something in pictures in a lot of those ones where the EVP hits and I get something, so it's usually a 2-for-1 sometimes. But sometimes I just get something in one, so it just really depends. It really depends on how I feel about it, and I make sure I try to send it to multiple people before I do try to discard it. But we'll see with this one. Like I said, like I really sometimes think it might be the wind or ambient noise. You just never know. You just never really know sometimes. That one's still going strong. Let's
walk away.
Yep, let's walk away. Let's see what else we can get here.